I've been using AlHaitham pretty much ever since he came out. I have his weapon, Triple Crown, and I used him in pretty much every single abyss to get 36 stars. With his banner out right now, let me answer this question for you. Is AlHaitham worth your time and primogems? Anyways, remember to sub and like if you enjoyed, or if you thought this was helpful. It would really mean a lot if we could reach 3k subs soon. Thanks guys, I really appreciate it. Let's briefly go over his purpose and what he does. AlHaitham's playstyle is very similar to Child. He's arguably one of the very best DPS with very good synergy. He has very good danger application and performs very well in both single and multi-target DPS due to how large his AoE attacks are. What makes AlHaitham better than most on-field DPS is that he has some quick swap potential. His mirror mechanics aren't tied to a single source, so if you need to switch off early for a specific rotation, or if he's going to die, then he won't be punished as much. And this is really important to know since there aren't really many hyper carry quote-unquote type characters that allow this playstyle to occur. Raiden, Child, Ayato, Hu Tao, and other on-field drivers or hyper carries, they all get punished for swapping too early. AlHaitham doesn't have a limitation like this, where he needs to stay on-field for that long. Of course it's better if you do stay on-field, since he literally does nothing off-field, but if you panic and need to switch to another character, you won't need to worry since he has multiple ways of generating mirrors. The reason why generating mirrors is so important is that the majority of his damage and danger application come from there. Instead of following the standard ICD rules of once every 3 hits or 2 seconds to apply Dendro, the mirror projections apply Dendro once every 2 hits, which is a lot faster than standard ICD. This allows them to either cause spread or bloom reactions in rapid succession. Since Dendro shifted the meta from quantity over quality, having fast Dendro application is really good. And he has arguably one of the fastest source of danger application in the game. I might piss off some people by saying this, but he's just a strict upgrade to Tighnari. I'm not saying he's bad, just lay down your pitchforks for a second guys, please. His damage is only good in single target, which doesn't really happen often as much as multi-target scenarios. Most of the time each chamber in the Abyss won't just only have bosses, there's almost always going to be a multi-target chamber. Anyways, going back to AlHaitham, one of the biggest upsides that he has is how free-to-play friendly and resin efficient he can be. He has Iron Sting and Harbinger of Dawn as his best free-to-play weapons. I don't like Harbinger as much because AlHaitham is an on-field DPS, so it can be very easy to go past 90% HP. But if you have a shield, it can help you maintain the passive, which is very nice since it can keep up with Mistsplitter in terms of damage. AlHaitham works in pretty much every Dendro team imaginable, so his flexibility is above average, and 2 of the best artifact sets for him just so happen to be in the same domain, so farming him should be really easy. Performance at Z0 is not much different than any other level of Constellation, so you don't really need to concern yourself about vertically investing into him. Unless you want his weapon, which is probably a better upgrade than any of his constellations. I feel like for the most part, a lot of people probably aren't going to regret using AlHaitham if they decide to build him. His damage floor is pretty high and he's very future-proof. His damage is just so good that if any future Hydro, Electro, Pyro, or Dendro characters just so happen to be an upgrade over any option right now, his flexibility will only increase instead of staying the same. So for the most part, I'd say he's pretty much guaranteed to get value on your account if you decide to build him. However, there's still one question that remains. Does AlHaitham's value change if you have Nahida? In my opinion, I don't really think having Nahida should affect your opinion on this, but she does obviously have much more value. Nahida is one of the best characters in the game right now with her off-field danger application, EM buffs, good damage, and 100% uptime. She's obviously going to have more value than pretty much any other Dendro character, and in general, supports are always going to have more value than any DPS character. The only thing AlHaitham has over Nahida is higher personal damage, which should be expected since he is a DPS. However, it's always nice having another strong source of Dendro application since you might want to use 2 different Dendro teams for the Abyss. If anything, Nahida is the best support any AlHaitham team could ask for, since she helps with energy and buffs his damage by giving him EM. Realistically, Nahida is pretty much always going to get the job done, and everyone has Dendro MC, but if you're looking to get a hyper carry / on-field driver type character, AlHaitham is one of the best options available. He's not situationally good like a lot of other characters, or just DPS to be specific. He's consistently good in any scenario you can imagine, and it will likely stay that way for a very long time. Thanks for watching guys, remember to sub and like if you enjoyed, it would really mean a lot if we could reach 3k subs soon. Have a good night and day wherever you're at, and I'll see you all next time. Peace and take care guys.